What's up, guys? So, I was in a comment section in a video, Steve Doucette talking about Coach Greg's genetic elite being downplayed, blah, blah, blah. I mentioned that I had cited thousands of drug tested lifters who hit that magical number of 345-pound bench press at 181 pounds. Because some Gymshark bro could do it and he's genetically elite, so it's almost impossible for the average dude to hit that number. Uh, got my wheels spinning, went back to the old openpowerlifting.org, tried to get a better sample size than what I got last time. So this time I went to 181 pound men's lifters, drug tested, all time, and the open division. And this is by age, so that's 24 years old to 34 years old. I wanted to get rid of as many outliers as I could on both ends. So no masters, no old guy injuries, no teens, no 5 to 12-year-olds, things like that. So that gets us to 11,947 entries. Out of those, 1,660 benched 345 or better. That's roughly 14%. Now, I know what some of y'all are going to say, drug tested doesn't mean drug free. And you're right, it doesn't. There's certainly some people in there that have cheated the system. I imagine most of those are going to be on the top end. However, on the bottom end, there's double-digit benches in here. This is by age divisions only. There's certainly going to be some special Olympic category lifters in here with varying degrees of disabilities, both physical and mental. Along with that, there's going to be some able-bodied people who are one-and-dones, who didn't train for a long time, who did a meet just for the fun, who only competed once or twice, some sort of fitness goal or some confidence-building goal, etc., etc. And there's a lot more of these bottom outliers than there are the top outliers. I can promise you that. I've been in and around the sport for years. So that said, I would imagine that 14% is closer to, in my heart, 25 or 30%. For the sake of this, we'll say 20%. I really feel like that's undershooting it. But so let's say, 14 to 20% of 181 pound men who competed drug tested at 181 are capable of hitting 345 pound bench press. Scale that up to Gen Pop. All right. 14 to 20%. If you are at a shopping mall, there's 100 other dudes, and y'all were 181 pounds. 14 to 20 of y'all should be able to hit a 345-pound bench press without drugs. 14 to 20 out of 100. That's less than 1 in 10. That's like 1 in 5 to 1 in 7 people, give or take. That does not scream genetic anomaly to me. 1 out of every 5, 1 out of every 7, 1 out of every 10 does not scream genetic anomaly. Better than average, certainly. What it really screams to me is that 1 out of 5 to 1 out of 10 people are willing to put in the fucking work to get there. That's not a genetic anomaly number. That's a fucking nose to the grindstone, consistent effort over time number. Most of y'all will be able to hit that if you train for a decade. Even, staying under 200 pounds. That 1 in 5 to 1 in 7. It's hard work, man. That's not a genetic anomaly. There's some upper 400 pound benchers in there, some 500 pound benchers in there. Now you're talking about 1 out of thousands. It's getting closer to genetic anomaly. You might could even throw that in there. That might be 1 or 2 of the cheaters. You know what I'm saying? People in the NBA are genetic anomalies. People that are fucking 6'10" with a 40-inch vertical are genetic anomalies. Again, dudes benching 345 at 181 are not genetic anomalies. They are hard fucking workers. Smart workers, consistent workers, people who aren't afraid to put in effort. people who don't quit when they hit their first plateau, people who don't do one meet and give up, people who don't give up after 3 years because between years 2 and 3, they made 0 changes to their program and saw 0 extra results. These are people who work hard and put in effort. They're not fucking genetic anomalies. Certainly, you get to the top end, it's a little more. They're a little more genetically superior. And we're not. It's not genetic anomalies. It's people fucking working hard, people working smart, figuring it out, figuring out what works for them, putting in the effort over time. Usain Bolt is a genetic anomaly, genetically elite. Julius Maddox is genetically elite, genetic anomaly, even with or without the steroids. Benching 345 at 181 is not genetically elite. It's if there's a gene that makes you work hard, maybe they're genetically elite in that. If now we're just getting onto some fucking stupid shit. But anyway, somebody tried to tell me that, there's 7.9 billion people on Earth and only 1% work out, and you're telling me that the 1% of the 1% is not the genetically elite. No, they're not the fucking genetically elite, and you can't. That's not how it goes. You don't scale it down, saying the 1% of the 1%. You have to scale it up. You have to take your sample size and scale it up for Gen Pop. If the world had 7 billion people and they were all men and they were all 181-pound men, if 10% of the men could do that, bench 345, that's 700 million people. That's not genetically elite. And that's how you have to scale it. You don't scale it down to the 1% of the 1%. That's work hard, people. Train hard, train smart. Put in the work, man. Stop being fucking crybabies and crying about the cards you were dealt. Play the cards you were dealt. Use strategy, bluff, etc. And you're never gonna see your genetic fucking limit anyway. It's never gonna happen. You're not gonna reach it. But in the meantime, you should be working to break that genetic limit that you're never ever gonna fucking see. And if you're 181 fucking pounds and bench press is your goal, and you work hard, you're going to bench more than 345.